Humans have never left our Milky Way galaxy, so how do we know what the entire Milky Way looks like? As we understand it, Earth is located on the Orion Arm. This is considered relatively close to the edge of the Milky Way. Being inside the Milky Way, we can't see what the whole galaxy looks like. It's like you can't see from the ground that the Earth is round. So, the most direct way for humans would be to completely leave the Milky Way to see its true shape. But sadly, with current technology, it's absolutely impossible for us to fly out of the Milky Way. Because even with our fastest current spaceship speeds, the journey would still take an absolute minimum of 44 million years. If you did manage to fly out and look back at it, you'd still see 4 clear main spiral arms stretching out in the dark ocean. And the extremely bright core in the center is due to the gathering of many old and hot stars, all packed together, making the brightness quite astonishing. Just like this, if the sun went in there, it would only be a tiny bright spot. But the main question is, how do we know what the Milky Way looks like? Before answering this, we must mention the British astronomer William Herschel. As early as 1784, he was determined to count exactly how many stars were in the sky. He divided the sky into hundreds of regions and used a telescope to observe the number of stars in each region. He discovered that the closer to the Milky White band, that is, the closer to the Milky Way itself, the greater the number of stars. And in the direction perpendicular to the Milky Way plane, the number of stars was the smallest. Herschel recorded the position and trajectory of each star. From this, he concluded that all the stars were distributed in a space shaped like a millstone. He used this method of counting stars to finally confirm the hypothesis that the Milky Way is disc-shaped, and roughly sketched the original image of the Milky Way, providing very valuable observational data for those who came after. Although it's almost impossible for us to leave the Milky Way, by using telescopes to figure out the position, status, and trajectory of each star, among other observation methods, we can build a rough structural map of the Milky Way. What this means is that, apart from combined photos from different views of the sky, all complete images of the Milky Way you see are not genuine photographs. Instead, they are simulated by computers. Now, with increasingly precise astronomical observation instruments, humanity has a fairly deep understanding of the galaxy we reside in. We know that this vast white band of light is actually the Milky Way's huge and magnificent spiral arms. We also know that the Milky Way's diameter across the universe reaches about 100,000 light years. And humanity is currently located in a relatively peripheral area of the Milky Way. Whether our Earth exists or disappears has no impact whatsoever on the entire Milky Way.